everybody's doing absolutely fantastic. So we're on vacation again. I don't know if I have another vacation for a little bit. We got Jeremy coming in for the Patreon to pick up his stranger girl. A lot of stuff going on here. A lot of babies going in to obviously see them all un-ID'd as of yet. We've got our clown pie clutch fully shut out. Just got done making a Patreon video for that. Got my little brother here from South Carolina. He's another cop. How you guys doing? He's much bigger than me. 6'4", 250 pounds. South Kakalaki cop. Police officer. Anyway, he's up here hanging out for the next 4 days. So we're going to put him to work. We are going to switch over to Cyprus. Opposed to Coco, reorganize all of our racks. That way I have like all my clowns, all my clown pies, all the pies there. I'm either going to organize them to the point where it's like clown, 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 then add one more G, and then have the high-end stuff. Kind of like a nice little transition. With that being said, we just filmed the Patreon video for the clown pie clutch. Very happy. Might have some hidden gene in there that's kind of popping up all over the place. That scrambler gene. We'll talk about that in another video. But today, I kind of want to talk about our Batman Stranger clutch. So, this clutch, we've had some success with Stranger guys. Like, we had the high OD stuff. Pastel and Stranger combos, relatively difficult to ID, but we think we have a good grasp on it. But I definitely, by all means, and guys, any input after this video, definitely DM me, let me know. I think we're pretty good with it. So we have, this clutch was our Stranger Leopard Clown, which is this boy right here. The saga continues with this stud. This guy right here, obviously one of my best friends, invested with him. He's like 900 grams now. He just keeps getting bigger. I don't know why he couldn't do this last year. So this clutch was the Stranger Leopard Clown paired to our Pastel Spot Nose Clown. This girl has actually, we hatched her out in 2021. If you remember, our buddy actually pulled the clutch in April when we were in Mexico. She hatched June 2021. In 18 months, she was on her first clutch. It's pretty good. These will get at it. Yeah, there's also the lineage of Tank, that that leopard spot nose het clown that passed away on us. That was really a JKR snake we got from Joe Empire State Exotics. Anyway, so that snake we actually sold, then we bought it back, everything else. So, long story short, we figured out a few things in this clutch. First off, having female on eggs in 18 months. We got our female back after we sold it. We got it back. And then we also found out, also got to keep the lineage of our deceased animal. Anyway, all right, so that was kind of a mouthful, huh? All right, so let's start off right away. We have 6 eggs to show off. We're looking at, I think, bare minimum 2, maybe 3 strangers. Let's take a look at it. So the first one, the bottom of the barrel, if you will, is this little girl right here. Nothing crazy, just a leopard clown. All right, I was like, where did it pop that? I thought it was a male, but yeah, so female leopard clown, which again, the last week's video, you saw her. I think you saw actually the OD clown, but same kind of principle as last week's video, kind of talking about high end, low end, because right here you have obviously it's a leopard clown female. Still really, I love leopard and clown, big advocate of it, big fan of it. Does get really powerful, kind of take over, especially with Stranger. But same thing as last week's video. Lower end on one side, same clutch. Then we have a Stranger Batman in this clutch too. Hint, hint. Show that one last. All right, and we'll actually compare why I think it's a Stranger Batman. We'll talk about it. But bottom of the barrel, you know, the first female out, leopard clown. All right. So next, I'm gonna show off these two together, and the reason being is so I can compare them to you. These are both females. Now come in and take a look at this, guys. Now, this one right here is Pastel Spot Nose, right? We all agree this is the Pastel Spot Nose Clown female, okay? I don't have any issue with that. Now there's this one right here, okay? At first when I saw that, I thought that was Pastel Spot Nose also. I don't think it is. I think it's just pastel, okay? But look how deep this animal is, okay? Look at the colors of this animal. Now the dorsal isn't as big as I'd like to see in like a Pastel Stranger Clown. Like this girl's obviously 1,000 grams. But you see how big the dorsal is in a Pastel Stranger Clown? Really big, thick dorsal here. All right, not as thick as I'd like it to be, but that head and kind of that pixelation in the dorsal kind of threw me for a loop. Now, I did think they were both Pastel Spot Nose Clowns. I'm trying to think maybe not, all right? But we're still kind of up in the air here. Again, they're both females, so it's almost like this girl might just stay, just kind of figure it out. Because I hate to say it this way, but if she is a Pastel Stranger Clown or a Pastel Spot Nose Stranger Clown or something, and then I unload her as a Pastel Spot Nose Clown, I'm going to hate myself. And the day though, it kind of nature of the beast sometimes. So not bad right here. I'm gonna say, you know, pastel spot nose clown. Then you got this girl right here, kind of a mystery. But that's, and the head, look at the heads. See the heads, how this is a little orangey head? That's kind of indicative of stranger too. It's a little kind of a more yellow head or darker head. Now again, guys, that's why I've heard people say it's called stranger, because there's strange shit, all right? So, the last three here, we've produced a few clutches where we've had Batman heads, right? Spot nose, leopard, het clown, blah, blah, blah. Did a few times with pastel in it. We haven't made any Batmans at all until this clutch. Made two. We have three Batmans now here. We have our Butter Batman, who's ovulated from our Confusion Clown this week. We have our Banana Batman, who ovulated from our Pastel Redhead Het Clown this week. We have our Batman, who bred to our Redhead, who's in there now. So we have three Batmans here. But let's take a look at this female. This girl right here, Pastel Batman female, all right? Now, I'm very happy we actually hit this animal, just because, one, it's our first ever Batman, but also, more importantly, it allows us to compare this animal to our Pastel Stranger Batman. You'll see why in a second when we compare the two dorsals. We'll get to that one in a second, then we'll pull her back out to show her off. And then we got this girl right here. This is the one that's Surefire Stranger. This is another female. This is the Pastel Leopard Stranger Clown, guys. Really happy with this girl, really cool. Now, take a look at that dorsal. Now you see what I'm talking about, how the dorsal gets really blown up with pastel and clown when strangers involved. Look how thick that dorsal is. Obviously, we know a pastel leopard clown will not have that thick of a dorsal and not have this hue to it at all. You can see the influence of stranger in there. Really cool looking female. Pretty happy with her. Now, this is what the cool thing about breeding ball pythons is. I'm going to show this off. Now, you have the pastel leopard stranger clown, right? We see obviously the thick dorsal, the color of it, and the pixelation in the dorsal, right? Now you have the pastel Batman. Now, if there's any indication what this animal should look like with stranger, it's how thick this dorsal is and the hue. And then if you take a look here, Cole, you see how like kind of like the pixelated look to the dorsal compared to how that's more solid looking. Mm-hmm. Now, if you pull out this boy, which is the banger of, is the male, which is the banger of the clutch, this is the pastel stranger Batman. Now take a look at that one compared to that Batman. You see the pixelation in the dorsal? You see how thick that dorsal is compared? Right? So essentially, these two animals are very similar. This just adds spot nose in it, which kind of kills off the orange hues in the neck here, kills it off in the head a little bit because of spot nose. This still maintains through. But if you look, both these Batmans, one with stranger, one without stranger, the dorsal, the thickness of the dorsal there, and the pixelation of the dorsal is what sold it to me as a pastel stranger Batman. So right here, guys, you have two pastel Batmans, one with and one without stranger. Zoom in, Carl. Get up here. One with and one without stranger. That dorsal to me screams it. All right, really sells that stranger. And then especially when you have a pastel leopard stranger to compare it to with the thickness of the dorsal. And then again, a pastel Batman to show how thin the dorsal is compared to that and how the stranger influence is kind of playing a role in that. So altogether, guys, pretty solid clutch. Really happy with it, all right? Really happy with it. They're actually all on food, eating very well. So it looks like we hit the two strangers. I'm not going to say the one in there is a stranger, obviously, but we did hit the two strangers, one male, one female, one pastel leopard stranger clown, which is this girl right here, and one pastel Batman stranger. One pastel stranger Batman. Pretty happy. Now again, Negative Nancy, obviously I would love to hit just a stranger Batman, pastel stranger, really fuck with the pattern, really fuck with it. By all means, I've talked to Renown, talked to a few other people about it. I think we had a pretty good idea of IDing them. I wish it was as good as like IDing this guy right here. I'll tell you, he as of now is not my holdback stranger. He may be, just because I think he's so clean. This guy right here, he's up on Morph Market, but absolute stunning animal, eating like a savage. Like that's really easy to ID, right? High intensity orange dream, fire, leopard, stranger clown. As of now, he's not the holdback, guys, but I'm kind of up in the air. You know why? This is the one I think I'm holding back, but I can't really decide. And that's the honest truth. I like them both. This guy's high OD yellow belly stranger clown. Maybe fire in there too, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one do you guys like more? Sick looking animals, right? But overall, guys, solid clutch. We did hit a stranger Batman. He will be going up on Morph Market along with that female and that entire clutch, really. So obviously, you should let me know. We're going to post it on our Patreon first, though. First dibs, kind of the nature of the beast. First dibs, 10, 20% discount, whatever the fuck I always do. But, not bad at all. As far as our Stranger clutch stuff for the season, that's our third clutch. We should have 2 more clutches coming down the pipe. We're going to have a clutch from this girl right here, who is our Pastel OD Mojave. Nothing crazy, just hats. You guys are looking for like some nice hats. Pastel OD Fire Mojave girl. And then actually our Banana Clown right here. Just ovulated from our Stranger boy too. So I'm pretty excited to get Stranger involved in there. Obviously to go there is to hit a nice Stranger Gotham, right? That'd be fantastic. Not bad at all, guys. Pretty happy with how the season's going. My brother and I are going to organize the shit out of this room. We got some snakes to ship out tonight. So what's today? Today's Tuesday. The video's for Wednesday. Not sure what Saturday video is going to be. See what happens. Maybe just be about the reorganization. I don't fucking know. Either way, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Call in.
That's it, bro.
All right. Be safe. Watch 6.